Welcome to Own Your Words. Extraneous. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Extraneous. Extraneous. It is an adjective. Meaning. 1. Extraneous means coming from the outside, like the extraneous noise you hear when you are in a theater and a train passes by. Extraneous can also mean not relevant or essential, like all the extraneous information in your long-winded science report. 2. Not directly connected with or related to something. 3. Extraneous things are not relevant, or essential to the situation you are involved in, or the subject you are talking about. 4. Not belonging to or directly related to a particular subject or problem. Examples. 1. No extraneous familiar objects were present to interfere with the event to be tested. 2. We ought not to bring extraneous matters in trying to find a basis for a settlement. 3. I can choose to ignore these extraneous thoughts, or certainly choose not to act on them. 4. Great care must be taken to ensure that solutions are clean, and free of extraneous matter. 5. Personal information is not extraneous to this exhibition, it's an unavoidable part of it. 6. Maybe those movies have been tainted, at least for some viewers, by extraneous issues. 7. Cause ignores trends, avoids extraneous embellishments, and aims at sophistication. 8. Given the book's hefty size, it's only fair to ask whether these asides feel extraneous. 9. A lot of those boozy facts were extraneous things, I couldn't include in the essays. 10. For the most part, he carves away the extraneous, and gives us a glimpse of the true artist. 11. Beyond that, which ones are necessary, which are extraneous, and who decides? 12. I was once like her but learned how freeing it is, to get rid of the extraneous junk. Felonious. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Felonious. Felonious. It is an adjective. Meaning. 1. Something felonious is against the law or related to crime. A felonious spree might involve stealing cars and robbing banks. 2. Pertaining to, involving, or of the nature of a felony. 3. Done with intent to commit a crime. Examples. 1. I find a man prowling about my house, with obviously felonious purposes. 2. Yasconi Shingles, 32, has been charged with felonious assault. 3. Police later arrested Gunnar Glasewski, and charged him with murder and felonious assault. 4. During the interview, Trump made 3 major denials of wrongdoing and felonious conduct. 5. O'Brien says House was wanted on domestic violence and felonious assault charges. 6. For another, felonious violations of campaign finance laws are not civil matters. 7. But FBI data indicated that 70 police officers suffered felonious deaths, up 50% over last year. 8. The teen is charged with murder, and 2 counts of felonious assault on a police officer. 9. Jackson's attorney in the felonious assault case did not return messages seeking comment. 10. Rarely has a White House seemed so festive, and so felonious at the same time. 11. 2 Wilmington men were identified as the subject of significant felonious arrest. Ferocious. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Ferocious. Ferocious. It is an adjective. Meaning. 1. The adjective ferocious means more than merely angry or active. 2. Violent, dangerous, and frightening. 3. If you describe actions or feelings as ferocious, you mean that they are intense and determined. 4. This animal, person, or action is very fierce and violent. 5. A ferocious war, argument, or another form of conflict involves a great deal of anger, bitterness, and determination. Examples. 1. My eyes grow wide as I imagine Ma having to face the most ferocious dinosaur of all. 2. It looks like the ferocious heat is keeping people away in their droves. 3. All of this is underpinned by a ferocious determination to be a winner. 4. The ferocious battle erupted after a feisty female tried to steal food from her rival's cubs. 5. It was one of the most ferocious attacks on prison officers I have ever seen. 6. The ferocious defense actually would have begun long before the actual landings. 7. My parents, similarly attired, were replacing the lean-to in the ferocious wind. 8. Fascinating Gubbio is best known as the place where St. Francis tamed a ferocious wolf. 9. That gate suggests at least 3 ferocious dogs to me. Big ones, the size of calves. 10. The largest and most ferocious of the 3 halted in front of Frodo, bristling and growling. 11. Known for his ferocious energy, he had a seemingly endless supply of endurance. 12. The trees and the tropic grass were burned, and sad from the ferocious northern freeze. Fictitious? Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Fictitious? Fictitious? It is an adjective. Meaning. 1. Fictitious means made up, or imaginary. 2. Fictitious is used to describe something that is false or does not exist, although some people claim that it is true or exists. 3. A fictitious character, thing, or event occurs in a story, play, or film but never really existed or happened. Examples. 1. Executives invented fictitious sales to justify amounts transferred offshore. 2. Many of the internet customers had been giving fictitious names and addresses. 3. Apparently, a laser pulse will propagate with increasing velocity in such a fictitious plasma. 4. But the rest of Ms. Goldstein's book, the fictitious part, is divided into 36 chapters. 5. I also do not think that their terrible destiny should be used to invent some fictitious story. 6. The license plate, which appeared fictitious, was registered to another vehicle. 7. He allegedly evaded tickets by claiming fictitious drivers were at the wheel. 8. The publishers agreed to make it clear in all future editions, the characters were fictitious. 9. His choice of names for fictitious agents summed up the character he was. 10. For the purposes of this chapter, I have given the 4 schools fictitious names. 11. My fictitious composer's knowledge had been cribbed from essays in CD booklets. 12. Completely made up tabloid story, with a fictitious unnamed source. Love Adele though. Fortuitous. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Fortuitous. Fortuitous. It is an adjective. Meaning. 1. Fortuitous means by chance, like a lucky accident. 2. Happening by chance, especially in a way that has a good result. 3. You can describe something as fortuitous if it happens, by chance, to be very successful or pleasant. 4. Happening or produced by chance, accidental. Examples. 1. The collapse of its rivals was a fortuitous opportunity for the company. 2. The main idea here is to contrast adaptations with fortuitous benefits. 3. One such fortuitous situation is on the terrace, when sitting back to wall looking out to sea. 4. Their success is the result of a fortuitous combination of circumstances. 5. Social scientists take it as axiomatic that our daily lives are not entirely fortuitous. 6. Neither is it merely fortuitous that the reaction proceeded from France itself. 7. Rugby took a customary, and somewhat fortuitous early lead after 13 minutes. 8. The close correspondence between these two figures is not a fortuitous coincidence. 9. And this, of course, is where the fortuitous prospect of a bargain entered the picture. 10. In recounting his fortuitous apprenticeship, Mr. Pfeiffer also muses at length upon his craft. 11. It was a fortuitous partnership, for Livingstone's skills neatly complemented Lawrence's. 12. It was hot, the water was heavy, but the task turned out to be fortuitous for her, and for me.
If you like the video, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos.